Thanks for clicking on Wayne.com for this week's edition of Inside the Zone. Shane Albarani got a little younger, a little better looking. No, this is Mason Baptista, obviously, Comets fans know. A forward for the Comets. And what season is this in Fort Wayne for you? 3?
This would be my fourth year. My first year was only it was about 20 games. I came from Wichita. Mm-hmm. That was my first year of pro. And this would be my third, I guess maybe mostly full season.
Yeah, third full season, essentially. Yeah. And you're originally from Toronto. So obviously a hockey-loving area. Oh, so what got you interested in the game to the point where you wanted to play at the professional level?
I was always hungry, growing up, to play at a high level. I always wanted to be the best at whatever I did. And as I went through college, I knew it was a big point where my senior year is okay, am I going to go get a job like majority of the population, or am I going to continue on this dream? That's something that I've wanted to do since I was 4 years old, and I knew right away it was this is pretty simple. I'm going to keep playing. So set myself up to after school. We got on our first pro team in Quad City, and then ended up here in Fort Wayne after my first year. So
where'd you play college at?
St. Norbert College.
Okay.
So it's up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So I was fortunate enough to win 2 national championships there. It's it's top end. Hockey school. Again, their main focus is winning, and so I try to bring that type of culture here and anywhere I play.
Hockey and cheese, I imagine.
Yeah, they love cheese and they love their football. So
that's true. Talk about the little Baps hockey shirt that you got. You had a Baps hockey.
Yeah, I had my hat.
Well.
Yeah.
So what is that about? And I imagine you're teaching kids the next level and teaching kids a little bit about the game.
Well, it's something that I've been doing. I've always been teaching, since I was 16 years old. I couldn't really afford to go to camps all summer, and so my mom and I figured out, okay, why don't you just work for the camps? And so I was always part-time coaching, and then during college I did it as on the summer gig to make some extra money, and now it's really blown up, and now I got full website, full program, work all year round, teaching kids and all various techniques on skills, but mostly the big thing is hockey IQ. It's something that is, I think, lacking in the game today, and we have so much skill out there, and now it's about teaching players how to see the game at a whole different level and really allow yourself to use that skill and take it up to another level.
Now, is that here in Fort Wayne?
I do it online, so yeah, I do it anywhere I go. So most of the stuff's video analysis and it teaching you the principles of the game, and then showing you different options, essentially giving you a full blend of different skills and techniques that you can use to score goals and create offense.
What's the website?
BapsHockey.com. Very simple. So www.BapsHockey.com.
There you go. We'll pay the bills with that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as this season goes, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride for the Comets, and you started the season over in Germany. What made you want to come back to be in Fort Wayne, put the sweater on again, and play in front of the crowd of the Coliseum?
Well, one of the biggest things, again, like I talked about, is the winning culture. I came from St. Norbert. The expectation was to win, and then being my years here in Fort Wayne, the expectation's always to win, and things just weren't working out in Germany. Our team wasn't doing that well. Things just weren't gelling. Some really good people over there, but it just didn't work out. And I knew right away when things weren't working out. I messaged Dave, and right away we knew I wanted to come back and get another opportunity to try to win, just like we did last year.
How important was it to get a chance again to be back in Fort Wayne? Because the way last season ended, overtime Game 7 of the conference finals out in Colorado. How important was it for you to get a chance? I don't want to use the word redemption, but to get another shot at it in Fort Wayne. And also, how much did you talk with Sid? He was playing over in Europe. He's come back and talked to some of the guys, because last year's locker room was just kind of a special group of guys and a special kind of camaraderie that you don't see every season here in Fort Wayne.
Mm-hmm. I knew right away, when I talked to Sid I knew he was coming back, and I thought about it too then. Right when he did, I was like, man, I'm not really liking it. And then when the decision came, I had to make a move, I knew coming back it would give a great opportunity to, again, you don't like to use the word redemption, but it really is just another opportunity to get after the Kelly Cup. And knowing that Shaz, Sol, some of the returning big guys from last year were still here, they still had that fire, that wanted to get back at it. And I knew I wanted to get another opportunity, and I knew this team would be the best team to come back to, because the environment and the expectations always to win. And so it was just a no-brainer, really.
Always good to grow a playoff beard in the game of hockey. Now you got the shiner as well. Tell me a little about what happened up here, man.
I just got in a little scrum. Wheeling, things didn't go our way, and someone decided to be just a little bit more of a donkey than I was okay with. So a couple shoves, a couple punches there, but that's part of the game. Just getting a little bit rough sometimes. Emotions get over sometimes, but that's part of it.
Okay, well, last week you guys picked up 2 points. Tell me a little bit about what you take away from last week, because you are kind of shuffling a few new guys in, the roster changing a little bit. You're also trying to get some guys healthy, get some guys rest. What's your big takeaway from last week in the games you saw on the ice for the Comets?
Well, again, guys are trying to gel and trying to work and get to know each other. We had a lot of new guys, and we understand, at this point of the year right now, you're going to get a lot of college guys. Every team does it. This is my 4th pro year. We know that's going to happen. So the biggest thing was everyone getting comfortable with each other, and I think guys are starting to, again, the big shuffle happened the last couple of weeks, and now we're really starting to get accustomed with each other. And again, we didn't get the expectations that we wanted, but we're slowly building our game up. We're dominating teams. Now it's just about executing.
Well, as far as this week goes, your magic number at 1. It's the final week of the regular season. Yeah. That's fairly achievable.
Yeah.
You would think that'll happen, obviously, sooner rather than later. But when you take a look at this week, the final week of the regular season to get ready for the playoffs, what are you guys trying to do? Obviously, you can't take that playoff berth for granted, but what are you trying to do to get ready for the postseason?
It's all about playing the right way, and something that I learned when I've won in the past and playing with, again, last year's team, it's about going into the playoffs, playing the game the right way and building up momentum, because that's one of the biggest things. In college, it's a bigger factor because it's one game, but when it's 7-game series, regardless, when you go in with that momentum, it really going to give you a good jump. You win a couple games early on, and now you're feeling good, and now you can just run the tables, and that's the objective, really, when you get in the playoffs.
When you take a look about being in the playoffs, this would be the Comets, I believe, 6th straight season of the playoffs, and they've gotten past the first round each of the last 5 years. What is it about the Comets in the postseason that's allowed you guys to have that kind of success?
Well, that's that winning culture, winning mentality that we have. The expectation's always to win, and we know when come playoff time, it's the time to really step up our game. And again, that's what we're trying to do. We're going to use these 4 games, each game one at a time. Not really worry about okay, we need to get 1 point. It's we need to win each game, go 1-0 and build up that momentum and go into the playoffs playing the right way.
All right, now you got games Wednesday against Indy here, then you're at Indy Friday, and then you've got Cincinnati at home and Wheeling at home. So 3 of the 4 games this week are at home. You get to sleep in your own bed, get a little bit of rest, hopefully, and get things ready for the postseason. What is the goal this week as far as the team goes? I mean, do you take it at this point game by game, or do you take a bigger approach heading into this week and saying, it's all about postseason, getting ready for that?
I think we take it as that one game like Indy, this game on Wednesday, we see how crucial it is. Again, we will see them again on Friday, but the biggest thing is they're fighting for their playoff lives. We're doing the exact same thing. We have the upper hand. We've created the couple extra points with our games in hands, and now it's an opportunity to really end the season for a team like that and a big rival like them, and really assert our authority and start again, like we said, start playing that game the right way.
All right, now Comets postseason awards come out this weekend. I want to get your take on some of these awards. Okay. So, because you're in the locker room, you're with these guys every day. If you had to pick a rookie of the year, who's really impressed you as far as the rookies go?
We've had some really good
DeBo's
rookies.
been great, but it's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah, Camraz is between Camraz and Petrozelli. Those are 2 guys that two different. They played 2 different roles, but again, both very hardworking guys. And I know Petro from last year, and Camraz was a new guy that came in and got to know. But again, both guys, they've done it different ways. And again, it's going to be a shot in the dark between the 2 of those. They've both really played exceptionally well this season.
Yeah, Camras was on fire, had 5 points last week, and then Petrozelli had the game winner in OT against Toledo not all that long ago. So both guys who are kind of peaking at the right time, which is nice to see. D-man of the year. You guys have been hit with some injuries. In the blue line.
You know what? We have a lot of good D-men. Everyone's been. We've had some injuries, and guys have been in and out. But I think you look at Lowney. Lowney's been just consistent the whole way through. He's had his ups and downs with having to deal with having different line mates all the time. Again with the shuffle, I just think he does it all. Power play. He's able to play on the PKs, reliable in those first and last 2 minutes of a period, important times. And so, I think that's a guy that's just really impressed, though. Then you got guys like Flanny, who's been really stepping up, and then Sescon, a very consistent player. Again, he just got hurt there last game, but hopefully be back soon. But he's super consistent and just does the right things and just plays a very simple game that's very effective for us to get pucks in, get pucks out.
And he might punch you in the face. I mean,
yeah,
he's a big
and you know
dude.
what? He backs you up. You know, again, Solar's been out for a long time.
Yeah.
There's another guy who, like, again, he can play on the power play. He's a hell of a PK guy, and again, he's another guy that helps back up guys, make sure like other guys aren't taking advantage of some of the smaller guys we have.
Now, there are a lot more awards out there, but Mr. Hustle, who out there do we not see that puts the hustle in there that we don't know about in terms of, you know, if you look at the game sheet?
You know what, it's weird because like Petro again is a really hardworking guy, but that's very like noticeable. Everyone sees him out there working. Same with cameras. Some of our younger guys again work really hard. But again, someone that I think you don't really see that works his bag off all the time is Shazzy. Like, there's a guy he doesn't get the credit that he deserves sometimes.
He's played D like the last couple of
He's playing D all the time. Like he's just so versatile, and I think just goes to show how important he is for the team. And then again, Shazzy right there, a new guy that came in right around the same time as me, and he works, again, he's out there like finishing checks, he really sets the tone, and again, another really good PK guy.
Yeah, 61 points this season, currently leads the team. He's been pretty solid. MVP. That's a loaded question because, you're going to have to see these guys in the locker room.
Yeah.
Pick one guy above everybody
else. Surprisingly, you asked me that. I thought about that. The other day I was like, okay, it's getting near the end of the season. Just randomly, I was like MVP, and I was like, it can go either way. Like you got Haji, who's done he's such a critical player for us down the middle offensively. Then you got a guy like JC who scores a ton of goals, and then you got Shaw, who he wasn't here all year, but he came in and did what he did. And then Cameras was leading the league, our team in points for a long time. So again, I honestly couldn't even answer the question. And then I thought, you look at Fucali, until he's been called up, he was a guy that without what he did, he's a crucial cornerstone to our team doing well. So.
Now, I want to ask you this question because I know what the standard answer is, that you don't care who you play in the postseason, but you'll either play Toledo or Cincinnati. Do you have a preference?
You know what? I was talking to Shane about this. Honestly, the hardest team, the team that we probably didn't want to play would be a guy like Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo is I think we match up well against, since he's got great speed, I think we match up well against them. And then Toledo, again, that's just the rivalry. I think you get them in the first round, it just brings back the same thing. They knocked me out that first year, and then we knocked them out last year. And so, again, that rivalry is pretty big. I think either team, we do match up well, though, against both teams. I think we can do some damage in either one, so
what's the rivalry like against Toledo? Is there a palpable extra juice on the ice before a game?
It's just in the rinks, yes. You can tell the difference. Cincinnati's starting to get there. They're doing really well this year, but Toledo, they're players that have been around long enough, and there's always just a little bit more of an edge when you go into their rink. When they come here, they know it. It's a noticeable difference.
I know Sid didn't like him going after his mom last year.
Yeah, there's always. And
actually, we talked to you about that a little bit after the game. There was a little after the game talk and chatter and chippiness.
It's a little. It's when you leave stuff on the ice. You leave fans can have some fun with the players, but I think when you go to an extreme like that, you're just okay, you're not really thinking anymore, and it's just inappropriate. So it's just this is a hockey game at the end of the day. You don't need to be going after someone's family. So.
Okay, so switching gears a little bit, playoff beards. Who grows the best beard on the team? Who grows the worst beard on the team for the postseason? Souls is fiery. So.
Yeah, no, Soul can definitely grow a beard.
It's solid.
He's a pretty solid beard, and so I think he's gonna be one of the best beards. I think Cameras would probably have one of the worst beards between him and Petro. I think those two, the younger guys, tend to have.
What about Binks? I can't imagine him in a full-on beard.
But you know what? It doesn't grow too bad. It's not too bad. Actually, Lowney's when he tries to grow it, it's not too bad. But then it gets a little patchy and stuff. So. But I don't know. I'll give myself some credit. But me and Soul can grow some pretty good beard. Shazzy can grow a pretty good beard.
He's probably got gray. He's got 4 kids, man.
No, I don't know.
A little gray coming in there.
Yeah, we probably get a little bit of color in there. You don't really see it yet. So.
At this point in the season, what are you most looking forward to?
Just to get another opportunity to play in the playoffs. I knew when I was overseas, I knew that it just wasn't going to happen. Like and that was like in November. And coming back here, I know that like we have an opportunity to go. And like I said, like we match up well against the teams that we have in our division because we do play them so much. And I think once we get moving in the right direction, like playing the right way, which we are thankfully, and we get in that playoffs, I really think we can be real dangerous and make a big run.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just check out bapshockey.com, get your free shift analysis in.
Boom. There we go. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
And
Thanks
good
for
luck
having me.
this week. You got 4 and 5, so
Yeah.
it's a crazy way to end the regular season, but we'll definitely see you in the postseason as well.
Yeah, no, it'll be awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for going on to Wayne.com to check out Inside the Zone. He's Mason. I'm Glenn. We'll see you next Monday.